Hello everybody, this is Dr. Cole speaking to you Saturday afternoon, March 19th. As we now enter week 3 of Political Science 1013 for the spring 2022 term on the second 8-week schedule. Everyone, this week we have our first exam coming up this Tuesday the 22nd, available for 24 hours, midnight Monday to midnight Tuesday. Expect 50 multiple choice and true false items, mostly true false, some multiple choice, based largely on the class notes for units 1 and 2, but also expect some items on the 4 articles that I assigned to you, to which I sent links, articles to be accessed online. Expect 3 or 4 true false items on each of those articles. Now you have material related to both Unit 1 and Unit 2. You have 2 articles, one on each of the 2 political parties. One about the Democrats, one about the Republicans. The article about the Democrats discusses disagreements among Democrats that have been percolating for some time, but have become especially acute over the past few months. The article about the Republicans discusses the recent success that Republicans have had with Hispanic voters, and it raises the question as to why that might be, that Republicans have been having increasing success with Latina voters. Okay, then you have 2 articles that go back to Unit 1 on participation. One of them is called Americans Aren't Practicing Democracy Anymore, from the Atlantic Monthly, I think going back a year or 2 ago. The author raises some suggestions about what the schools could do to help students, to help make our democracy stronger. So see what you think of that. Then there's an article from the New York Times, which had a reporter visit Enid, Oklahoma, just a couple of hours from the Panhandle campus, where the reporter found people participating on both sides of the issue as to whether Enid, Oklahoma ought to impose a citywide mask mandate during the pandemic. So please look at that material. Contact me if you have had trouble accessing it. Please get in touch with me on that in advance of the exam. Be a good idea to go ahead and check now, if you have not done so, whether you can access all those articles. And if you cannot access the material, I will do my best to get it to you. Also contact me if you have any trouble accessing the exam on Tuesday. You can click quizzes on the course website and you should be taken to a link to the exam, Exam 1. You can also find it in the modules area of the course website. Under Unit 2 on political parties, at the bottom of that unit, you should find a link to the exam. You have 45 minutes to take the exam once you begin, and it can be taken anytime, 24 hours, Tuesday, midnight Monday to midnight Tuesday. All right, so that is coming up this Tuesday, the 22nd. After that, we will be beginning Unit 3 on the syllabus on the mass media, and that will be a short unit. The class notes are relatively short. About a week from now, at this time, I'll have more to say to you about Unit 4 on the Constitution, which is a lengthier unit, which will take us all the way to the second exam, the midterm exam. All right, now, on the media, we're trying to do a couple of things in those notes, as you will see. We want to lay out the media landscape to you, different kinds of media, which ones are most predominant, where do Americans get most of their news. Now, of course, an ongoing issue there is the distinction between old media and new media. On the one hand, newspapers and television. On the other, media that may be accessed through a web browser, through our computers, or especially these days, over our smartphones and our mobile devices. Okay. New media seems to be in the ascendancy, and old media is kind of on its back foot, or maybe in decline, but exactly to what extent? Okay, that's among the questions we hope to raise in the class notes for Unit 3. Now, that's the first part of the class notes. The second part, to the end of the class notes, deals with issues that arise in news coverage, and especially whether the media are biased. Now, just about everybody who has any point of view at all is liable to have some complaints about bias in the news media. Everyone complains about the news media. So the question to be raised is it really biased? To what extent, in what direction might the media be politically biased? And I know that that's a concern many people have, and something you as students may have heard about before coming into this particular course. But before we get to that, we have the exam on Tuesday over Units 1 and 2, the class notes to Units 1 and 2, plus the 4 articles that we assigned to you. Okay, expect 10 or 15 true-false items on those articles. 24 hours to take the exam. You can access it from the course website. Go to Unit 2 in the modules area. You should find a link to the exam. Please contact me if you have trouble accessing those articles or accessing the exam. Any questions, problems, or issues that come up with the exam, please contact me. And we wish you good luck. Study hard. We'll talk to you a little bit more about Unit 4 on the Constitution a week from now at this time.